Hello, guys and gals. This is going to be part 5 of the Fables of Leonardo da Vinci, and I believe that in the last one we read. Well, we read that one before. The oyster and the crab. That was in the previous one. The fig tree, spider and the grapes, and the lily. So this week, or this time, I'm not sure when I'll upload this, we'll be reading The Donkey and the Ice, The Laurel and the Myrtle, and The Camel. Basically, this one's kind of long, so yeah. And then in part 6, we will probably read The Tongue and Teeth, The Oyster and the Mouse, A Mouse, a Weasel, and a Cat, and maybe The Cranes. It'll depend. I try to do 3 or 4 stories at a time because there are 73 of them total in here. Okay. So, as always, we are going to go over the copyright information here. This book is The Fables of Leonardo da Vinci, interpreted and transcribed by Bruno Nardini, introduction by Margaret Meek, and illustrated by Adriana Saviazzi Mazza. And I'm sorry if I butchered that name. I'm not very good with Italian. I think that name is Italian anyways. I shouldn't be assuming anything. Anyways, we will be reading The Donkey and the Ice. And it's from the Fable ATL 63VH. And I think ATL is Atlas or something. I'm not sure. Anyways, okay, so we do have a picture for this one, and it looks like that donkey is terrified. I probably would be too. Anyways, we are going to, I don't want to have to look through the viewfinder of my phone. Once upon a time, there was a weary donkey who did not have the energy to walk as far as the stable. It was winter and very cold. That I can really sincerely agree with. It was 37 today, and I froze just walking. So it was winter and very cold. All the streets were covered with ice. "I'm going to stop here," said the donkey, sinking to the ground. A hungry little sparrow fluttered down beside him and whispered in his ear, "Donkey, you are not in the street, but on a frozen lake. Take care." The donkey was tired out. He ignored the warning. He gave a great yawn and fell asleep. The warmth of his body began little by little to melt the ice, until with a crash the ice broke. When he found himself in the water, the donkey woke up in terror. I would be too. And as he swam through the icy water, he wished he had listened to the friendly sparrow. This one, you should really listen to the advice of others. Nobody's completely infallible, so we're all basically susceptible or in need of advice, even if we don't think we need advice. We really usually do. It's always good to have someone around that gives good advice. We should never be completely secure in our own wisdom. That's my take on it anyways. Okay, next we have the laurel and the myrtle. I think those are 2 different kinds of plants. From the Fable ATL 67RD. So, anyways. I know we're going to do this. Okay. 2 peasants with hatchets in their hands stopped beside a pear tree. "Pear tree," called the laurel, "are they coming for you?" And indeed, the peasants began to strike heavy blows with their hatchets at the foot of the tree. "Pear tree," called the myrtle, where are you going? Where is all the pride you felt when your bows were laden with fruit?" After this, added the laurel, "you will not shade us any more with your thick tresses." The pear tree, mortally wounded, murmured, "I'm going away with these peasants. Now they are cutting off my branches, and they will take me to a famous sculptor's studio. He will carve me into the shape of the god Jupiter, and then I shall be carried into a temple built especially for me, and all men will worship me. And you, laurel, and you, myrtle, will often find your bows broken and leafless, because men will come and pick your branches to crown me and honor me as befits a god." trying to think of what this one could possibly mean. Basically, they cut down a pear tree to sculpt it into a sculpture. I'm not sure if the pear tree is being haughty, high-minded or anything like that. I'm going to think about this one. But, let's see. It is not wise to make lofty boasts, maybe. This one I'm going to have to think on. Okay, now we have the camel. That's also, that's a pretty nice picture. I like that. I really like the art in this book. Okay, this is the camel from Legend Camel H23R. That probably means something to somebody. And, okay. The camel, kneeling, waited patiently for his master to finish loading him. 1 sack, 2 sack, 3 sack, 4. When is it going to stop? The camel said to himself. Finally, the man clicked his tongue and the camel stood up. Let us go, said the master, pulling on the bridle, but the camel did not move. Come on, cried the man, jerking the rope. But the camel dug in his... Oh, come on, cried the man, jerking the rope. But the camel dug in his feet and stayed where he was. I see, said his master, and with a sigh he took 2 sacks down from the camel's back. That, I think, is a fair weight, murmured the camel to himself, and at once began to move. They walked all day at a good speed, and the man thought they would be able to reach the village. But at a certain point, the camel stopped. Courage, said the master, only a few more miles, and we are there. The camel's only response was to lie down on the ground. My legs tell me, he said to himself, that we have walked far enough today. And the man was obliged to unload the camel and to camp beside the camel in the desert. Okay, yep, that is all of that one. Moderation is key. Is that one. I believe moderation is key because the camel was overloaded and knew his limits. Anyway, that's my take on it. We might have time for one more. But I think that we'll wait on this one. I think 3 is plenty for today, for this session. Anyways, that will do it for this particular episode of the Fables of Leonardo da Vinci. This is really an amazing book, and it does say there are 73 fables, and we are going through them at a good click. This is part 5, even though there are technically going to be 6 videos out, because one of them was an analysis of the first 2 videos. Because I didn't have an analysis after the fables in the first 2 videos, so I had to make a video dedicated to that. Anyways, with that said, I appreciate all the support. If you like this video and videos like this, then make sure you hit like and that you subscribe. You ring the bell. And, yeah, all the information you need will be in the description. Also, I read other things. I'm going to be reading a lot more, as I've been finding books at the library that look interesting and like they'd be fun to read. So, anyways, with that said, I thank everyone for watching up to this point, and it means a lot. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have a great day.